Hi there, YouTube. Hello, it's been a while. Today we're going to be playing some World of Warcraft. You might know that the Northrend Cup is out in Dragonflight. It's more dragon riding, more dynamic flying races, and it's based in Northrend. So we've got more things to unlock. Another wing rider suit, glider, transmog to get, and more manuscripts for the dragon riding mounts to pick up as well. So we're going to do that. I don't know how long that will take. That might take about 2 hours. Maybe I'll split it into 2 parts. But I also want to do a Final Fantasy event, one specifically in the next couple of days at least. And then we've got another event to do. But I've also got things to open, which I'm pretty excited about. So I want to do that. But we might not get round to that today because I've only got 3 hours, maybe. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I appreciate you guys for joining. If you like World of Warcraft, stick around. I'm sure you'll enjoy. I'm a pro Dragonflight expert, so I'll show you the quickest routes. Not the quickest routes. I'll show you how to do them at least. But yeah, if you like the video, give it a like. If you enjoy the content, give the channel a subscribe. That helps out a massive amount, and I do appreciate it a hell of a lot. We're almost at 200 subs on the old YouTube channel, which I'm baffled by. We're about 20 away, 21 away. So I would appreciate that if we can hit that goal. That'd be cool. Anyway, into the game. Hope you enjoy. I'll see you in a second. Bye for now. We're here in Shadowlands. I'm joking. We're going to Northrend for the Dragon Riding Cup, which I think there's a race enthusiast here.
Yes.
Visit Lord Andastraz in Stormwind. Okay. Are we sort of, are these cups sort of like aiming you towards Stormwind now instead of Valdrakken? Because Dragonflight's got a good couple of months left, at least. But I wonder if they're sending you to Stormwind to like make so you don't have to go back to old continents in the future. This is an old continent. What am I saying? I'm talking rubbish. I'm assuming there will be a vendor in Kazalgar. What's the new city called? Dalaran? Not Dalaran. It's something beginning with a D, I'm pretty sure. Dun Algaz? No. Oof. I've not been paying that much attention to the war within Alpha. I'll be absolutely real. I would like to help test it and report some stuff. I'm very curious about how Death Knight will feel if we're going into it feeling how I feel about Death Knights now. I just might not end up playing Death Knight. So I think they feel really awful. Every other class that I've played recently just feels so much smoother to actually play. Death Knight feels so clunky and awkward to actually set up.
See you up there.
A quest for the Northrend courses. I've got no badges. Oh, all my badges are on my other character, my main. Gosh, I can't wait until currencies are tradable. Like, quests will be account bound, everything will be flagged, rep is going to all pull together, you're going to have the same rep levels. Eventually, starting with, like, the newest reps next X pack, and the current ones in Dragonflight, I think, are scheduled for release. But eventually, like, all the reps will end up pooling. So, you should have shared rep bonuses between all your characters. That's a set we're going for today. I think I'll probably pick this up on this character, and then we'll pick some of the manuscripts up on my DK. If we've got some left over, I'll pick some up on here as well. And we also have a flag that we can put on our backs, which is nice. So we've got to go to Northrend. Northrend Cup circuit. Take the boat from Stormwind to Valiant's Keep. You know what? I will take the boat. Oh, actually, can I pick my...
Caught a good wind stream lately.
Yeah, we'll use this guy. I wonder how long we'll have to wait for the boat. Been a while. I've been thinking about this a lot recently. I've put, especially playing Demon Hunter, I've been thinking that because when you put like items on your back instead of a cape, your weapons disappear when sheathing. I think World of Warcraft needs the same option that Final Fantasy XIV does. I think you need a toggleable thing where you can hide weapons when sheathed or show them. And I think that would just solve a lot of problems, because I would personally like a cape on my Demon Hunter, I think. I'm not oversold on the backpack. This is the best one I've got. But also when you sheath, because I'm using the Illidan Warglaves, I just unlocked those from the recent time walking thing, because I eventually got around to doing the raid. Super easy, by the way. If a time walking event comes up and there's a raid available, do it, because you get a hero piece of loot, and it's ridiculously easy. Even the full thing, you get pretty decent loot out of it. It's personal loot as well, which better than nothing, I guess. But yeah, it's definitely worth going through those. Oh, the boat's here. But yeah, I love these Warglaves, and I want to keep using them. But when you sheath them on your back, they flip around the wrong way, for one. And also, two, they're absolutely massive. And Demon Hunters just look so dorky carrying Warglaves around on their backs. When they're that big, especially. So I think we need the option to toggle it, is where I was going with that. I said that, but bookend the conversation. I need to get back on the things that I've been enjoying. I think I completely missed Easter events for RuneScape and stuff. That's a long time gone now. Life just got... I don't know, just working and sleeping took up the majority of my life at that point. But, and being ill. And again, I am ill. But I bought the newest Armor Reforger the other day, and I ended up playing that for like 11 hours a day for the past 2 days. Almost. 11 hours the first day, maybe about 5 or 6 the second day. Maybe a little bit longer, I can't remember. It's pretty fun once you figure out like how it works and stuff. It feels like a... It seems stupid to say because DayZ was a mod of Armor 2. But Armor Reforger just feels like a military version of DayZ in a way. It's like free roam objectives rather than like a specific mission. I don't know, it's fun. It's not for everyone. It's a little bit difficult. Like meant to be a mil sim. But yeah, it's just something I was craving, and I enjoyed it. But no more milsims, not today anyway. I am going to be doing some dragon riding. And as the famed #1 in the world as voted by all Bens in this household, I am the best Dragon Ride racer of all time.
Go with the aspects.
Saying that, I'm still very miffed. I did the Kalimdor. I don't know if I did the Kalimdor one on stream. I don't think I did. But I'm very annoyed that I missed one race in the Kalimdor Cup. I didn't realize I missed it. I thought that I'd done them all. So I think I even handed in the quest that it give you to like go and do them. Where it only give you, it told you to like go complete 6 of them. So I missed one of the ones that weren't on that list. So I don't have that achievement, or those achievements. Oh, yeah, that was a bit tricky. I don't have those achievements, so I've got to wait till January next year to actually do it. Alright, easy gold on the first course. I figured this would be a course. Hi Tom, how's it going? That's Dragon Racing. Where am I going? Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Break. Best dragon rider in the world, by the way.
I have lived to see them return.
I genuinely love this little mini-game that they've added to WoW. World of Warcraft is a lot of things, and a lot of them are not everyone's cup of tea, but I think most people can get on board with, like, racing in a game, right? It's a fun little mini-game. I say mini-games, some of them, most of them are actually, like, main games, right? Mario Kart comes to mind. Just the fun of this being an MMORPG, though. You can build it in the actual game itself. Oi! I've done the same. I did the opposite thing. I'm so dumb. We're not going to get a gold on this one.
The waters flow again.
That's a cheeky bronze. This might take me more than 2 hours to do them all. There's a lot of courses on this continent. And the colours of the checkpoint, sure, gold like contrasts well with the blue, but when you get to the snowy parts or this light beam here, it sort of blends in very easily. It's that bit there that causes me problems. Then I've got to go down on this one. There we go, that should be easy. Easy. Super easy.
We serve once more.
Everything's good, thanks. Jolly good.
Aspects watch over you.
Hope you're enjoying this fine Sunday. Oh, I'm an idiot. I picked reverse course. I needed the reverse course, but I just forgot what I was doing. Let's go. What was that? What did I get stuck on there? Are you kidding me? God damn it. The joy of this being an MMO is that you can build these kinds of things into the game and it just sort of works. The cons of building this into an MMO that is from 2004... I suppose this terrain is from 2008, but they didn't really learn much from them, did they? We get janky objects and just crashing to everything. Better than the Kalimdor Cup or the Eastern Kingdoms one, I suppose, because that's like super old terrain. But also a lot of open space. And a lot of trees that you can't see through, but you can actually go through. I might actually be an idiot. I'm struggling with these today. This is the first race, and this might be the hardest cup that I've ever tried. All the other ones have been fairly easy for me. I've had to, like, retry maybe at most 2 or 3 times on a race. On the other ones. These ones are kind of kicking my booty. I've got to go. Oh. This isn't going to be a gold. That's why it just super blended in with the snow again. Oh, 500 milliseconds above gold time. Yeesh. Alright. If I didn't spin around where I missed it over there, we would have been good. We might have been better off picking... If I fail it this time, I might pick one of the smaller dragon models to fly around. Might have a little bit of an easier time getting through those little holes and hideaways and stuff. Go down here. Through there. That's how you do it. So there are, if anyone's unfamiliar, there are 3 kinds of races. There are 10 different circuits on the actual continent. So we've got to do all of these, and there's 3 different races for each circuit. So you've got your normal and advanced, which are mostly the same, but normal instead of these little power things. You get like an air tornado that automatically pushes you, so you don't get to choose when you use the surges. The advanced course, they give you green orbs, which just recharge these surges here, so you can pick and choose when you use your power-up, basically. And a reverse course of the advanced course. Same thing.
The Isles have awakened. May the flights protect us.
So I'm saying there's 10 circuits, but in total we've got like 30 actual races to do, and we've done 3. And you got to get gold on all of them for the achievements. So we've done that on 3 now out of the 30 or however many there are. This is good. This is sort of taking me back a little bit. This was my favourite leveling zone when Wrath of the Lich King come out, and when Wrath Classic come out. A lot of people hate this place, but I really, still to this day, quite like it. Caldara's the same zone, that place over there, but I just have fond memories of this little geyser field. Are they called geysers? Geysers? Makes it sound like Del Boy when I call them geezers, but I think that might be right. shooty water rocks. I think some of the checkpoints on advanced courses are just slightly in different positions. I noticed that in some of the old races. Like, if a basic course checkpoint was, like, above a bridge, sometimes the advanced courses would, like, have it below the bridge. Reminds you of a lot of the special levels in Spyro where you fly around collecting stuff. Yeah! Yeah, I suppose that is a better... Spyro levels are quite a bit slower than this, but yeah, I suppose that is the best comparison. It always makes me think of Superman 64, and that's just not a good thing. I think I've just got it in my head, like early 2000s, mid 2000s, whenever it come out. The Angry Video Gamer episode about Superman 64. I think that's just baked into my brain at this point. I think the rings use like very similar color. I'm an idiot. The fact that I'm on a dragon as well, it should make me think of Spyro. I did play them as a kid, but I never completed them. And I played them a couple of years ago when I got them on PS4. But again... Really? I think... I do want to play them to completion. I did like... Oh, I don't know. I rescued maybe 10 dragons when I played it on PS4. I don't think that's many at all. That's probably like the first world. I think I got like 3 or 4 worlds in, actually. So maybe a hell of a lot more than 10 dragons. Oh, I keep hitting those terrain bits. Oof. Okay, we got silver. That's better. Let's pick the tiny little dragon. We'll fly that for a bit.
Aspect's grace shine down on you.
This mount feels a lot quicker. They all go the same speed, but just because this guy's so much smaller than the other one, it feels quicker. And I've not hit terrain. It's looking good. Problem is as well, on advanced and reverse courses, you need to be like constantly boosting if you can. Because some of the time checks are so difficult to actually hit. Do 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 do. I think I mentioned this last time, but I really, really wish they'd made different compositions for the dragon riding music. Even if it's like the same motif and same melody, whatever. But like theme it to what continent you're on. Because playing through Dragonflight and doing all the dragon riding races and everything for the past almost 2 years coming up, this music is the only thing you ever hear. It's the same, like, 2 tracks over and over again. I think for the old world, like Kalimdor and Eastern Kingdoms, they could maybe like share the same music because they're part of the same area, I suppose. Like have a more horde war drum kind of sound. If you know the original Heroes of Azeroth, classic WoW login music, kind of something in that theme. Not getting that 37 seconds for the gold. Oof. And for Outland, it's in the middle of space. They've got like a lot of weird alien sounding things in a lot of their music for those areas. Doing a similar thing with like that theme would have been good. I've missed that checkpoint. Very cool. For this area, Northrend, which is like all the Lich King, and it's very wintry once you get out of these first couple of zones. Have some like little icicle twinkly noises. Oh, the turns are so sharp.
The Isles welcome you.
Turns are so incredibly sharp. I hate this one. Geothermal Jaunt is what it's called. Gonna make me geothermal gaunt. I'm gonna decay with how long I play this damn track. I guess you can turn a little bit quicker, that's fine. I'm just scared that I was gonna miss it. It's looking a little bit more promising. Can we do it? Hey, there we go. 1 whole second under. Almost. What's this race called? Sholazar Spree. I could lore dump about all the areas that I'm going to. I'm a big fan of Northrend. Lich King was like my favourite expansion still, I think. Wrath Classic, I didn't have time to go back and play it. But if I was like 16 again, and I had to decide which my favourite expansion was, I think I'd still say Wrath. Modern day expansion, being an adult, Legion was probably one of my favourites. Dragonflight is such a very, very close second though, and that might be a little bit of a hot take. Not many people like this expansion, the current one, because it's very mellow. There's no like world-ending threat really. They've set one up, but no like massively high stakes. Everything's a bit all friendly and getting back to basics, I guess, a little bit, which is fine for me. But like the dungeons have been great, the raids have been fantastic. The casual content, the open world stuff like this, muy bueno. I think that kind of works for an MMO. Final Fantasy XIV does it very, very well as well. In a different way, and I don't have time to play that game outside of, like, seasonal events. MMOs are a big time investment. And especially the story for Final Fantasy XIV. God, that took me like a year to complete. Technically longer, because I did start a Realm Reborn quite a long time ago, many, many years. I didn't really play that much of it. I didn't even think that I got my mount. But yeah, just the main story in that game. From even that point where I picked it up again. Took me like a year to get through it, I'm pretty sure. I still haven't even completed it, technically. I got to the end of Endwalker, and I've not even played the story after that. Got a gold on that, that's good. I like seeing like an 88-second gold. That makes me feel like I can actually do it pretty well.
Until we meet again.
But yeah, I think to have a successful MMO, I think it's very good. And World of Warcraft's had this for many, many years. It's had good sort of endgame pillars. PvP's been very hit or miss, sure, but it's been a thing. It has been a pillar of the game for a long ass time. Raiding, I mean, it's great, isn't it? There's been some down parts, but again, as a pillar of the game, killing big bosses and getting good high damage gear, that's all you want from an MMO, really. Right, I think if you don't have anything to do in between that, it gets a bit difficult. Especially with, like, WoW, and I believe Final Fantasy both have weekly lockouts. So you do it once, then you got, like, nothing to do all week. You're gonna want to keep people playing. And people are gonna want to keep playing. I think World of Warcraft tried to fight that in the worst way possible over the past few years, because they made these items. They made items where you, like, your artifact weapons and your Heart of Azeroth necklace, they were like expansion items that if you just kept doing the same things over and over, like quests and dungeons, you like didn't get any extra loot. You just kept getting this power to like make the weapons stronger very slowly over time, and it just wasn't fun. You need stuff like this to keep you entertained. And I'm saying that there'll be people that don't find this fun. They'll find it very, very dull, which I get. But that's why you need so many different things. You need to, like, cast a wide net with so many different activities to do. People love professions. I can't stand doing professions. I like mining and gathering and stuff. Actually, crafting gear, I'm not bothered about in one tiny little bit. Fishing, cool. I can get behind that. If I'm just chilling out or bored, I can do a bit of fishing. But people love, like, crafting gear. And they've really overhauled that this expansion as well. Make it look a bit cooler. Make it feel a bit more rewarding, which is great for them. Doesn't interest me at all. I actually preferred it the old way. I found gear so much easier to make back then. But that's fine. I just don't do it. Oh, look at that. That's how you want to do that. Almost first time for every single race there. Gold on every one. Time-worn coffer. What is this? This isn't to do with the race, is it? No. I didn't even know that was a thing. Right, where do we go? Ice Crown's the next one. There's only one race in Ice Crown. That surprises me. It's like in the Lich King's Spire. I am so sure this won't be annoying flying around all the spikes. This is going to go so well, I bet. Yep, they're already starting it. Gonna end up like Sylvanas on one of these spikes. Maybe not. We're actually okay here. Where the hell is this taking us? This is taking us around the whole goddamn area. Okay, we're just getting like a massive tour. What's this going to be, like a 120-second race? Taking us around Ymirheim. Oh, taking us through that necropolis. That unbuilt necropolis. That's kind of interesting. This is such a big race. 98 seconds. I don't think that's the longest race we've had.
I never gave up hope.
I think one of the Kalimdor ones was longer than that. That felt long, though. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, we've still got tornadoes on advanced course. Weird. What? That never happens. I wonder if they tried something different with, well, not too different, I guess. Slightly different, maybe. Sometimes on the advanced courses as well, there are, like, hazards. Like, the terrain will always be the biggest hazard, I'm pretty sure. But sometimes in, I'm trying to think, in some of the Kalimdor ones, I think. Some of the Eastern Kingdom ones, I think. Outland as well. And in some of the Dragonflight zones, there were, like, vents of lava bubbles that, like, floated up and you had to dodge out the way of. We might see some sort of hazards. Maybe like a thundercloud in Storm Peaks. That's very thunder themed and that kind of work. But not like guaranteed. $101. We only just did that one. Doo 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 doo. Alright, reverse course, here we go. I don't think I got that green orb. Ooh. Oh! That was not great. I'm gonna keep going. Maybe I can recover that one. Gonna be difficult, I think. I'm gonna have to make liberal use of my boost. Doo doo doo. I have to get that tornado. Got no boost powers, not great. Wow, we actually got gold. That's pretty cool. I'm happy with that. I'm very glad that's that the cups outside of the Dragon Isles don't have the challenge mode races as well. Because there are two other types of race. You've got normal, advanced, and reverse advanced. There is challenge and reverse challenge in the Dragon Isles for those races. And those ones are... like, you still have to do it in time to get the gold medal. But they don't have those green orbs that give you your surge charges. Or they have very, very few of them. So you sort of have to, instead of boosting all the time, you have to be very clever on how you boost. And try not to lose your momentum, because then you will just flop to the ground and fail. Weird start. Now we're travelling across the path of the Titans. We've gone off-piste. That cave there is where Arthas finds Frostmourne. Originally. And sort of knocks out Muradin. Muradin Bronzebeard. Who does make a return later in the Wrath of the Lich King expansion. See this place in Cataclysm. We come back here in Cataclysm actually to Dragonblight, but it's like an altered future of Dragonblight where there's no snow here. Everything's sort of melted, all life has been eradicated basically. Everything's sort of grey and ashen. And you have to kill like the time warped bosses of the area. And this is the Wrathgate here, if you're familiar with this cinematic from many, many years ago. That's where Bolvar 4 Dragon died, kind of. He got hit with plague. They like launched barrels of plague over all the soldiers to kill... tried to kill the Lich King and his armies. And weren't bothered about the living soldiers in the process. So they just plagued the whole area.
We serve once more.
And Bolvar 4 Dragon, who was like commander, one of the well-known knights of the Alliance. The plague like choked him out, He was on the brink of death. And the big-ass red dragon, Alexstrasza, who we see a lot in the Dragonflight expansion. Well, we see her in the artwork for Dragonflight expansion, but her actual role in the expansion is... She sort of shows up for the first zone and plays a tiny part in the raid. Well, after the raid, rather. But we don't really see her a whole lot. She breathed... She's called Alexstrasza the Lifebinder. Life giver? Life doer. Whatever her name is. They all got blessed by, like, the Titans. Who are, like, gods, essentially. Whether they're good or bad is a different question. But she has the power to sort of breathe life. That's her domain we just passed by with the tree. And help things grow. And she breathed her life fire on Bolvar as he was, like, choking out to the plague. And it kept him alive, but his body was, like, just a burnt mess. But because he was such a good knight, the Lich King survived the attack as well with the plague. He took Bolvar, chained him up, kept him prisoner. And we sort of rescued him after we killed the Lich King at the end of the expansion. And then story shenanigans happened. There must always be a Lich King, because if the Lich King is dead, and there's no one to control all the zombies and the undead of the world, then they will just go rampant. Just attacking anything and everything, apparently. So you always need someone in control of the undead. So Bolvar was like, well, you know, I'm kind of burnt to a crisp and no good for anything. So let me put the helmet on to control the undead. The helmet that is behind me on my shelves, by the way. So he did that. It changed from grey-blue to grey-orange because he's imbued with fire. For reasons. Visually, it looked very cool. I think that's the only reason you really need. And then he sat. I mean, he was on fire, but because he was the Lich King, he now had powers of frost, unholy, and control of the undead. I don't think I've done a good job on this race. So, yeah, he just sort of froze himself up, even though he was, like, burnt to a crisp. And he just hid away for a few years. And we all had to keep it a secret. He says, tell them that the Lich King died, and that Bolvar 4 Dragon died with him. I'm surprised I got gold on that. I really didn't deserve that. So, are we about halfway through? We might be halfway through after I go over here and do this one. I'm going to do this one, Crystal Song Crisis. Then I'm going to fly up north and then travel down south.
The Isles welcome you.
I really picked, like, the worst course to sort of lore dump on. They're the hazards, by the way, that we usually get. The little lava balls that we were talking about not too long ago. I'm surprised they're in this zone of all places. But whatever, I'll take it. Oh, we're flying through the crystal trees. How do I lore dump about this zone, which doesn't have a great deal? It just is the way it is because of magic, basically, I think. That's Dalaran, the city above me. One of the most iconic cities in the game, I think, now. We've had it as a main city for 2 expansions. From the looks of things, they're the only 2 we're going to have it as. If you're not bothered about spoilers, I would veer away, but I feel like it's been posted on Wowhead and everywhere enough now. It seems like Dalaran, in the very, very near future, is going to just collapse out of the sky and crash into the island that we're going to be going to in the next expansion. Absolutely destroyed. Which is a damn shame. I'm assuming at some point it will get rebuilt, but that could be like years down the line. Years and years.
The Isles have awakened.
But yeah, the big bad enemies this expansion has set up seem to be toying with this island. Because it can fly, mages have a really good ability to just move it and fly it around wherever you need it. So, like, I'm guessing story-wise, the plan was to use Dalaran as a hub, a city hub for the next expansion. But things sort of go a bit tits up. And the bad guy that we've sort of been setting up, the bad guy that we set up this expansion is in cahoots with a bad gal that's sort of been around technically for a few years. Connected to World of Warcraft's version of the old godlike creatures, the Cthulhu-inspired shenanigans that go off there. And it seems like she's probably going to help Dalaran crash into the ground. Which would be fun. I can't wait to see how that plays out. I don't know if we'll see that in... It's part of the next expansion, but I don't know if we'll see anything to do with it in the next week or so, because we are getting more story quests in the build-up to the new expansion. Another easy gold. So that'll be next week. I'll probably play that through that on stream. So I am kind of interested. It's going to be a World of Warcraft heavy couple of weeks, I think, because the week after next week, we've got Mists of Pandaria Remix, which I'm livid that they didn't call it Twists of Pandaria. It would have been such a good name. I'm so angry. Which, Mists of Pandaria was an expansion to World of Warcraft. One of the better ones, actually. But a lot of people sort of hated it out of principle because Kung Fu Panda had just come out a few years prior. And this is World of Warcraft. Chen Stormstout's been a thing since Warcraft 3, who is a monk panda who fights and is a humanoid panda. And he also carries a barrel of ale on his back or something. Pretty fun character. He's been a thing since like late 90s in Warcraft, but he's like been the only depiction of a Pandaren until Mists of Pandaria come out. And people just sort of went, oh, it's Kung Fu Panda, it's going to be rubbish. What is this DreamWorks baby stuff? As gamers, I guess. But it was a good expansion. I enjoyed it a lot. I played a hell of a lot. But again, I was younger back then. It came out 12 years ago, Mists of Pandaria. And Look at this guy's name. Oh, he's flown away. Why? Oh, he's disappeared. He had the title Trash Master, and his character's name was Trash Master, so it was Trash Master, Trash Master. Love that. Yeah, so Mists of Pandaria Remix is basically doing the same thing with a few power-ups, and leveling is quicker through it. And you get like a weird cape or something that powers you up even more. So it's going to be a very overpowered, quick run-through of the Pandaria experience, which I'm super hyped for. Because you can grind currency if you do like dungeons and raids, and it looks like you can just blitz through them. And you can like get all new mounts, transmog, new transmog, rare transmog from Mists of Pandaria. So I'm very excited to do a lot of things on that. I probably will do it as a Death Knight, even though I'm not enjoying Death Knights at the minute. But that is what it is. I'm going to end this part here. I'm going to continue for today, if you're watching the live stream, but I like splitting videos into about an hour chunks. Sometimes they go over, sometimes they don't. But I'm going to stop this here. We'll have the other part come out in a couple of days if you're watching on YouTube. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know. I've forgotten how to edit videos, and I've forgotten how to do thumbnails and stuff. It's been so long. But I'll try and muddle my way through it. I'll try and not slack. So I'll see live streamers in like 2 seconds. YouTube, I'll see you in the next one. Hope you've enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. Sub to the channel. And I'll see you tomorrow in the next video. Bye. Bye, 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 bye.